we have focused on accumulating reserves over the years in terms of US dollars and other currencies. But gold is a foreign exchange reserve. And the unique feature of gold is that we are endowed with gold. We produce gold in Ghana, which means you don't have to export gold to earn that foreign exchange. You have to export cocoa, you have to export timber and other goods, foods and so on, to earn the foreign exchange. With gold, immediately you dig it up, it is foreign exchange. So you are essentially digging up foreign exchange. So I said, let me check how much gold we have accumulated in Ghana thus far. And when you look at the data between independence and 2021, we had accumulated just 8 tons of gold. 8 tons. We are one of the largest gold producing countries in the world. But we had accumulated 8 tons. When I looked at the United States, they have over 8,000 tons. The IMF, many other countries in Europe are dealing with gold reserves of over 2,000 tons. And we have 8 tons of gold. We proceeded to say the Bank of Ghana, we suggested to the central bank to begin a gold purchase program, systematically to build up our reserves in gold. And the gold program started last year, and it is proceeding quite well. But to address this fundamental challenge that we all face of the persistent depreciation and its impact on fuel, in utility prices, food, and so on, government has opted to implement a policy of using our gold to buy oil products. That is something new, and it is the barter of sustainably mined gold for oil. And this is one of the most important economic policy changes in Ghana since independence. If we implement it as we have envisioned, it will fundamentally change our balance of payments and significantly reduce the persistent depreciation of our currency with its associated increases in fuel, electricity, water, transport, and food prices. Why would it stop these persistent increases in fuel, water, and food prices? It is very simple. This is because the exchange rate, whether you are looking at the spot exchange rate or the forward exchange rate, will no longer directly enter the formula for the determination of fuel or utility prices once we implement this, because the purchases of fuel and for transport and utility is going to be in cedis. It's not going to be in dollars. So because you're buying that fuel with gold, that is where the exchange takes place. But once you sell that fuel, you sell it in cedis. And then the Bank of Ghana uses those cedis to buy more gold and buy the oil, you sell it, and then it goes around in that way. But essentially, you are taking the exchange rate out of the equation. Today, our fuel prices are being priced at an exchange rate, a forward exchange rate of 19 cedis to the US dollar. Today, what we are paying at the pump is being priced at 19 cedis to the US dollar. So you can imagine when you price without the exchange rate in the formula, which is what is going to happen. We've already done some simulations. Then you will see that the prices of fuel will come down. And similarly, for PURC, if the exchange rate doesn't enter the equation, which it shouldn't because the transactions will be in cedis, similarly, then electricity tariffs will also have to come down. Because what you are now going to see, because one of the biggest, when you look at what drives fuel price increases, what drives electricity price increases, and therefore the cost of doing business. It's fundamentally the exchange rate. Major.
Shalom, it's your brother Tazapanya back at it again with the current events. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Let's get it. Mass shooting at Walmart Supercenter in Chesapeake, Virginia. Major violent protests have broken out at Apple's main manufacturing plant in China. China secretly hoarding gold to ditch the dollar. California wants to ban all gas and diesel truck fleets by 2024.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity, risking their freedoms and their lives to do so. It's Brother Lahab coming to you with another lesson. Yeah, man. It's about to go down. This dollar's about to fail because these nations are slowly getting away from it, and they're not going to be trading with it. You know, China themselves, they're planning to use only gold to trade with, as well as other certain other nations, which seem to be a part of the BRICS nations. You know, and it's just the beginning of the end. This is Obadiah chapter 1. Verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Right, because they don't like the dealings of how America has been getting down, especially during the proxy war, which has been affecting their citizens. Aside from, certain blockades that America had laid against their allies to do trade with. I think it was even what was it? It was either North Korea or it was Ukraine. It was mad about the blockades because it was a blockade against the enemy that certain nations still needed to do trade with, man. You know, but that's the reason why this war is going to come. You know, first it's going to be the proxy war. In the mix of this proxy war that we have right now, they're slowly going to start developing their own currencies, and those currencies are going to begin to fail once again as well. And there's going to be a need for this World War III that's coming. But it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right. Because as I said, America has gone against some of its own allies to the point that where now they don't want to deal with America. Even China, man. China's supposed to be a so-called ally of America. But slowly, you've been hearing about dissension with the U.S. powers and the Chinese powers, man. You know, as a matter of fact, what was it? It was China that was threatening America. Or it was Taiwan that if Pelosi had went there, you know, that it would have been an issue, man. All right, showing you what times we in. That we're in the times of that Joel, man, where these nations are gonna fight. But yeah, man, hey, these currencies are gonna fail real soon, and it's not gonna be anything worth even in America soon. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? And speaking of such things as China, when America had gave them their gold back, some parts of it was tungsten. It wasn't even real gold, you know. All right. So woe unto you that increases that which is not yours, man. All right. You took everything from these heathens, and now they're pissed because hey, now you're trying to do dealings with them and you're still being a devil. All right. You took what they had and then you destroyed it, and then you tried your restoration or reparation to what you took. It wasn't enough. It was an imbalance in that. And it says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, that thick clay being the debt, this debt that this man is heaping up on himself, man. You know, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? And that's what these nations are getting ready to do. Like I said, it's going to cause for this world war. Right now, it's still rumors of war. All right. Right now, we're still it's basically a cold war, because it's not a direct war where, you know, troops are being deployed. You know, it's some boots on the ground in certain places in certain nations, but not how it's about to be. In a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. A booty being a spoil, meaning you're going to be taken. You know, everything that you have, everything that you are, you know, everything that you built up and stole is you're gonna be taken from that. What it says, woe to the spoilers, and thou was not spoiled. You know, when thou cease to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. When thou cease to spoil, they shall spoil thee, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein. Woe unto him that coveteth an evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high, which everybody has known that America's been set on high. You know, that America's been living high on the hog, man. All right. But now, hey, that golden city is no more known to be gold, paved with streets of gold, man. And now this nation has become as weak as the other nations. It says that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. All right. So hey, man, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, man. Little by little, he's chopping it down. He's chopping it down, man. All right. I'm gonna just get the one last scripture to show you that this is all prophecy. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. It says, "How ye inhabitants of Magtesh?" It's talking about the financial, the people that sit in the financial positions in the stock markets. You know, the financial advisors. You know, it says, "For all the merchant people are cut down; all they that bear silver are cut off." All right. You know, even this is going to happen to these nations that are investing in backing their systems with gold, man. Because, you know, the elites don't really want anybody to have gold. You know, they want you to be in this debt system where everybody's just a slave. You know, so sooner or later, all this is about to be chopped down, man. Hey, the Lord's about to level this place, and He's doing it first with your goods. You know, starting with your money and your food, your banking systems, all of it. It's going to be a famine, man. That's what the Lord is preparing for this place. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read it in the CSB. It says, "Will ye residents of the hollow," which I guess that's supposed to be for Magtesh. "For all the merchants will be silenced. All those loaded with silver will be cut off." Hey, yep. The system's about to fail, man. All right. So with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Shalom, and Abba Ball.